Hi, this is Marty from Blue Lightning TV. This is part 2 of my tutorial showing how to make a three-dimensional Rubik's Cube from scratch. Picking up from where we left off, make 2 copies of the top layer by pressing Ctrl or Command J twice. I'll name the top layer red, the middle layer green, and the bottom layer blue. Feel free to name them whatever colors you want for your Rubik's Cube. Click off the eyeball icons next to the top and middle layers to temporarily hide those layers. Open your Magic Wand tool and click this icon, which will allow us to add selections each time we click on our image. Make the tolerance 1 and make sure Contiguous is checked. Click inside each of your squares to add their selections. Since I named my active layer blue, I'll click my foreground color and pick a bright blue color. After you pick your color, click OK. To fill the selections with that color, press Alt or Option plus Delete. Make the middle layer visible and active. Since I want green for this side, I'll click my foreground color and pick a bright green. As before, to fill the selections with that color, press Alt or Option plus Delete. Make the top layer visible and active. Click your foreground color and pick the color for this side. Fill the squares with that color and press Ctrl or Command D to deselect it. We're ready to place each side onto the cube template. Hide these 3 layers and reduce the opacity of the top layer so we can see the cube underneath it. There are a few ways we can place the sides of the cube in perspective. We could use vanishing point, but for this particular project, I find it's easier to use the transform tool. To open your transform tool, press Ctrl or Command T. Reposition it so its top right corner touches this corner of the cube. If the transform feels like it's trying to snap to the cube when you move it, go to View, and if Snap is checked, just click on it to unsnap it. I'll reposition it so the corners are touching. We want the corner of the bottom right square to touch the bottom corner of the cube. Go to the bottom left corner of the transform, and when you see a diagonal double arrow, press and hold Shift as you drag it out until it's touching the corner of the cube. Press and hold Ctrl or Command as you drag the bottom left corner of the transform to the bottom left corner of the cube. Go to the top left corner of the transform and again press and hold Ctrl or Command as you drag the corner to the top left corner of the cube. Press Enter or Return to accept it. Increase its opacity back to 100%. Make the next side visible and active. Open your transform tool and drag it so these corners touch. Go to the bottom right corner and as before, press and hold Shift as you drag it out until the corners are aligned. To align the remaining corners, continue to press and hold Ctrl or Command as you move these corners into position. Don't be concerned if they aren't exactly aligned. We'll finesse them after all the sides of the cube are in place. Make the third side visible and active. Since this side will become the top of your cube, let's zoom out of the document. Press Ctrl or Command and the minus key on your keyboard twice. Open your transform tool and drag it up. Go to a corner, and when you see a curved double arrow, press and hold Shift as you rotate it counterclockwise 45 degrees. It snapped into place because we held the Shift key. Drag it up and position it so the bottom corner is touching the other corners. Go to the right corner and press and hold Control or Command as you drag it down to the top right corner of the cube. Now drag the opposite corner to the top left corner of the cube. Drag the top middle corner to the top middle corner of the cube. To resize it to fill your canvas, press Ctrl or Command 0. Press Enter or Return to accept the transform. Let's finesse the positions of all the sides. First, make the white layer visible to temporarily hide the cube under it. Drag the top of the cube to the top of your Layers panel. Make the left side active. We want to ultimately make the left and right sides flush with each other. To slide the left side to the left or right 1 pixel at a time, press the left or right arrow key on your keyboard. To slide the right side to the left, make the right side active and press the left arrow key on your keyboard. Make the top layer active and open your Transform tool. Resize and position it so its corners are aligned with the corners of the cube. Then press Enter or Return. Next, we'll cover the white areas with black. Make the white layer active and click the New Layer icon to make a new layer. Press D on your keyboard to revert your foreground and background colors to black and white respectively. Press B to open your Pencil tool. If you want to make the pencil point bigger, press the right bracket key on your keyboard. Now brush over those areas. Let's group all the elements of our Rubik's Cube into a folder. To do this, Shift-click on the top layer to highlight all the elements and press Ctrl or Command G. Hide the white layer and open your Transform tool. Go to a corner, and when you see a diagonal double arrow, press and hold Alt or Option plus Shift as you drag it out just enough to cover the cube template that's underneath it. Make the template active and open your Eraser tool. Make its size approximately 20 to 40 pixels and its hardness, opacity, and flow 100%. Then press Enter or Return. Brush over any corners of the cube template that's showing under our colored Rubik's Cube. We can trash the white layer since we don't need it anymore. Next, we'll simulate a shallow depth of field focal length to the picture. Make your top layer active. Make a composite snapshot of your image by pressing Ctrl-Shift-Alt-E on Windows or Command-Shift-Option-E on a Mac. Go to Filter, Blur Gallery, and Iris Blur. This blur isn't available prior to version CC. If you're working on an earlier version, you can brush over the outer areas of your cube with your Blur tool. If the iris blur is oblong, drag the outside handle in to make it more circular. Then drag it closer to the center. Make the blur 4 pixels and click OK. Go back to Filter and Lens Correction. Click the Custom tab and drag the Vignette slider to approximately -70. Then click OK. This is Marty from Blue Lightning TV. Thanks for watching.